Do you need a whole load of money to start recording? Or can you make do with what you already have? Today I'm breaking that all down with a $1 setup versus an $1,000 setup. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to upgrade without emptying out your entire wallet, then this video might be for you. Let's start out with a $1 setup. There's no excuses really, as you can start recording with most of the things you already have. While it's basic, you can start recording off your phone, either just straight from the microphone, or you can just get some wired headphones and start recording that way. Yes, the quality won't be the best and probably not usable for actual releasing, but it's a good way to start recording and to get better at recording. Just make sure you're not recording too close to your mouth so it's not too distorted or it's not making too many unnecessary harsh sounds. And you don't want to be in a room that has too much of an echo or like too big of a room. You want to be in a confined space, or as much as you can. A lot of people do actually start off just recording with wired headphones. And some people actually have released and got thousands of streams with that. But I personally wouldn't suggest doing that. There's loads of free DAWs that you can use, or digital audio workstations that you can download for free. There's GarageBand for the Mac, Audacity for Windows, or BandLab for the iPhone. These are all actually really decent to start off, and they all cost £0 or $0. You're gonna need a DIY pop filter. And by a pop filter, I mean to get rid of those P's and S's, those harsh sounds that your mouth can make. If you don't have the money to get a pop filter, then you might wanna hang like a cloth over you or a jumper or a towel over you while you're recording. I've done this before when I don't have a pop filter, or if I'm in like a hotel room and it's really echoey, or a big room. Like anything can make the difference, like even just placing pillows next to you or behind the mic where you're recording. All these little things make a difference, because if the sound has too much echo on it, it kind of breaks off the sound once it hits the walls and then rebounds off. It just doesn't sound good. Now, if you're wanting more of a professional sound and you're wanting to upgrade your mic for clear professional vocals, I recommend the Audio-Technica AT2020 or Rode NT1A. Both of these are industry staples for beginners, and I highly suggest them. I've used them both and they both sound really good. They both provide high quality sound without having to spend too much. They're around $150, $200. You can pick them up from anywhere, and I really suggest it if you're trying to get that better sound. Next, you're gonna need some headphones, and while you can just use Apple headphones, you're not gonna really be able to use those when you wanna mix your sound. But not even just to mix it, but when you're doing a playback and you're really trying to hear what you made. You wanna have the better quality sound, because what if your engineer sends you back a mix? How are you gonna know if the mix is good if you're just listening to it in some wired Apple headphones? You need to get some really good overhead headphones. They don't need to be super expensive. You could go for the Audio-Technica AT-M50X. We could go for the Sony MDRs. These are flat sounding, which means you'll hear your music exactly how it is. No exaggerated bass or highs. Again, with like the microphone, there's so many options that you could go for. There's so many high-end and low-end ones that you could go for that won't break your bank, while also providing the sound that you need. You can get these headphones for around $100 to $150. If you're serious about mixing, budget-friendly monitors like JBL 35P MKLL or KRK Rocket 5s are excellent. They provide more quality sound than just the headphones alone. Like I mentioned before, echo can kill your sound. They're literally like the death of recording. That's why when you see booths in videos or in anything, they always have foam pads. They're in a confined space and there's not much room for the sound waves to travel. Even just a few foam panels in your room can go a long way. But even DIY solutions like the heavy blankets that I mentioned before, they can be good and drastically help improve your sound and space. But I would definitely suggest getting some foam panels, as you can pick them up for cheap and they really do make a difference. Don't be fooled by like what you see in the music videos or what you see in movies or TV shows or whatever. You don't need the big fancy hundreds of $1,000 setups to make your music sound professional. And build up. Like, you don't need to just go splash out on all of these things straight away, especially if you're at the beginning stages of making your music. You don't really need to be paying thousands or even £1,000 on mic or headphones or mixers or all of that. I would suggest just start small and slowly build your studio up. And while you're getting better at recording and mixing or whatever it is, then eventually you can keep upgrading and upgrading. Like if you're watching this right now and you record on a laptop or on your PC, and you're using something like GarageBand or something like that, I suggest those are the first few things that you should probably think about upgrading, as learning the software is such a big part of making the music. You could get the best mic, the best headphones, the best mixer, you get the best everything, but still, if you don't know the software that you're recording on or what makes good music, then you're still just gonna be bad. Because there's loads of people who think, oh, I'm just gonna splash out on all the best equipment and then instantly I'm gonna sound good, when that's really not the case. For me, I first made sure that I got Logic properly. Logic is one of the best ones that you could use. People use FL, but I prefer Logic. And most industry professionals prefer Logic and like Ableton and Pro Tools. But no hate on FL is fine. I would personally say a mic is definitely one of the first things that you should invest in, because a mic is obviously what you're recording into, and that makes a big difference. When it comes to like studio panels and your surroundings, that could be one of the later things that you focus on, because there's always DIY things that you could do to fix that. Like me, when I travel around, I don't bring my phone panels, all of that. I literally just whack a towel over my head and record into my mic. But I have the full version of Logic. I have a good mic and a good mixer, and I've been recording for a while, so no matter what, I can kind of gauge on where would be a good place to record and get the best sound. Do some of your own research, because even the ones I listed before, when it comes to mics and mixers and headphones, there's so many on the market, like I said, high range, low range, and even ones straight in the middle. So just build your way up, and yeah. But yeah, don't overspend on equipment, especially if you're just starting out. You don't even really need to spend over $1,000 or a few thousand on professional equipment. That's for more big high-end studios. Because trust me, music equipment can get really expensive. There's people out there using tens of thousands, £100,000 mic. You could literally get studio headphones for like 50K. There's a super jump when it comes to how much you can spend when it comes to music equipment. But yeah, the two things I would always suggest is your DAW, which is your software like Logic, and your microphone. Those two are probably the most important that I would always suggest when anyone asks me what the first two things I should get. Because learning your DAW is super important, and obviously, like I said before, your microphone is important because that's the thing you're rapping into. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, in a bit.